In a nation still reeling from economic turmoil, an unprecedented arrest shook the heart of Colombo. This is a first in Sri Lanka's political history. Ranil Wickremesinghe, a politician who rose to stabilize a crumbling economy, is now handcuffed, facing allegations that threaten to rewrite the island's political history.
Ranil Wickremesinghe was arrested a few days ago by the Criminal Investigations Department of Sri Lanka Police. The reason they said that he has visited London during his tenure as the president. Allegation is like about 16 million Sri Lankan rupees was spent on that trip by the Treasury of Sri Lanka. So the allegation is misusing of state funds. So that's the allegation. He was arrested, and then the court sent him to remand for 4 days, and then he was released on bail.
In 2022, as Sri Lanka teetered on the edge of collapse, the unthinkable happened. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled the country, resigning amid months of mass protests. Into this chaos stepped Ranil Wickremesinghe, a six-time Prime Minister and a veteran politician. His challenge was immediate: restore public order, stabilize the economy, and convince a wary nation that leadership could rise from turmoil. Critics say his measures were harsh, but supporters call him a stabilizer, a man who walked a fine line between reform and resentment. After 26 months in office and a hard-fought election loss, Wickremesinghe stepped aside, handing over the power to President-elect Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Then on 22nd August, the unthinkable happened. Ranil Wickremesinghe was arrested by the Financial Crimes Investigation Department. He became the first former head of state to face such a scrutiny. Ranil Wickremesinghe now faces serious allegations. Authorities allege misuse of state funds for personal travel, including security costs for his wife's graduation trip to the UK. While the allegations have drawn sharp criticism, the former president's side of the story paints a very different picture.
The arrest of former President Ranil Wickremesinghe came as a surprise, not least because he, the former president, immediately before, he had a reputation of integrity and probity. So personally I was very surprised to hear about the charges against him of misuse of government funds for a visit abroad. All I can say is that I have known President Wickremesinghe for long, and he is a very fine gentleman and a politician of the old guard, comes from a very reputed, rich family. So I find it difficult to believe that he would misuse government funds for something like that.
Supporters and critics alike took to the streets, highlighting the nation's deep political divide. Colombo's streets erupted. Ranil Wickremesinghe's supporters poured out, waving banners, chanting slogans, a spectacle that blurred politics and passion. Voices from the opposition called it a political revenge. Lawmakers accused the new government of using power to suppress dissent.
Nothing but it's a political revenge. They know the government cannot deliver what they have promised to this country. They promised to bring down the VAT for education, health and other necessary goods. But what they are doing, there is no development in this country. The inflation is so high, people are suffering, people are in hunger. So they want to suppress the opposition.
We are here to actually protect the multi-party system and the democratic institution, because this would be a kind of a beginning to destroy all the democratic institution in Sri Lanka.
Inside the courtroom, Wickremesinghe appeared before the magistrate. He was sent to remand until August 26th, leaving many questions unanswered. Just 2 days later, things took a surprising turn. He was granted bail. Thousands celebrated, dancing and cheering in Colombo streets.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who was incarcerated due to government pressure, was granted bail by the independent judiciary of Sri Lanka. We must be thankful and grateful to our judiciary for trying to protect, for taking action, steps to protect democracy. You can see hundreds of thousands of people gathering to Colombo.
But even as the crowds erupted in joy, questions lingered about the potential corruption, accountability, and the fragile state of Sri Lanka's democracy. Wickremesinghe's story is more than just a single arrest. It is the story of a nation struggling with its past, its politics, and the weight of reform. Once the man who held power in his hands is now facing the scrutiny of history as Sri Lanka watches, waits, and wonders what comes next.